Okay, let's go through and get the bushings together for my bushing replacement. Okay, we have the bushings actually for both plates picked out, as you saw in the time lapse. So now let me get the my bench cleared off. Let's keep that nearby, and I'll be back with the bushing machine. Okay, I have the bushing machine in place, and before I rearrange the camera here, I did want to show you the new springs that I got for this movement. And with that aside, let's get to work. Okay, I got the first time side one in place here. And I do want to pull back a little bit and show you. I use these on the Bergeon. These are attachments. I got these years ago, so if you can find them, get them, because they go, you know, this makes you can go up and down for the plates, and that's a lot easier. Getting the wheel together here. Okay. So we're looking at this wheel here. It is the fourth wheel, right next to the escapement. We are looking at the back plate. So let's get started here. It's the bushing that we've chosen for this. It is a 2mm with a 3.5mm. I'll check that again because I just want to make sure. It's 2mm deep, and that's what the plate is. We try to keep it that way. You can see it here. I don't know. Okay, and then we look at the width. The width is 3.5. It's hard to put it in front of the camera. Trying to do bushings on camera is not the easiest thing in the world that I've ever done. And all right, so we have what we need. So now I'll just pull. I don't know if this will come out wide enough. All right, so I have my cutters and everything. My anvils are sitting right there, just so you know. And what I normally do is I take the original one, the one that I need out. I'll lay it right here. That's the last one I use. And I usually go 2 back. Sometimes I go 3 back. This one doesn't have too much wear, so I'm gonna go 2 back. If it had a, well, you could make an argument both ways. So, but and I transposed my findings. I don't know if you can see it here with a little dot saying which way it was. Excuse me, which way it was wearing. So it was wearing south, and so I'm going to go in here. Make sure we're tight. Yeah, we're tight. I'm going to go in, and I'm going to, I don't know if you can see it. I'll pull back a little bit. No, I am pulled back. I'm putting my thumb right where the dot is. So when I'm pushing in, I'm not letting the cutter go towards the worn or get caught on the worn. That's on this one here. I'll only have to do it on the first one. Let's see the brass coming out now. And there we go. I will tell you, for beginners, you should go 3 back, just to let you know, because it just makes it easier to cut. I normally go 3 back. For some reason, I only went 2 back. And this one I put lighter pressure on, if any. I can take it out now since it's rolling pretty nicely, cutting well. And then I can take my thumb off completely. Okay, so now it should be, that hole should be cut 3.47 millimeters. So the bushing is 3.5, so there should be a friction fit in there. Let me put a little anvil on, and I will, and since it was the same measurement as the plate, go. Now it's flat to the plate, and we'll go and, all right, we'll take that anvil out. Now I'm going to do this a little bit unorthodox. I'm going to show you that one bushing because everything else is the same. It runs the same. We'll do time lapse on the rest of it. But I do want to show 2 things before I do go to the time lapse, and that is dressing. Somebody asked me about dressing, and dressing is just like anything else. So I go in here. I like to put, some people don't, I do. I put, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not. Let me turn it here. Okay. It looks like it's not flat, but it is flat. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a little bevel on there. Just a little chamfer, sorry, not bevel, but a little chamfer on there. And that will hold just a little bit of oil, and it will push the dirt away. You know, it's great. You know, you will get oil and dirt mix eventually, but this actually, I've read that this actually delays that. Okay, again, my bushings are a little long, but instead of pushing them all the way through to the front, right, I'm going to take an anvil, put it on the bottom, and just ream it home flat here, and then I'll do the dressing in the back. That way it's a little prettier. And the way I do that is I take an anvil, the slot anvil out, or the whole anvil out, and I put in a solid anvil, and then I go home. I put them in almost there. Side plate's done, and I will dress these now and put a chamfer on them. Okay, we're back. We dress them, and this is going to happen whether you use pre-made bushings or you're making your own out of bushing stock, round stock, rolling stock, whatever you want to call it. You're gonna have to do this, and I didn't think first, because usually I get them pretty close, but it's easier to do it, because here's the two that I did right here. And it's just easier to do them from this side. Now I'll put the oil wells is in place on the front of the plate, and then we're going to put a little chamfer on the back. Again, I do that no matter what, whether I have to grind them down or not, dress, or what we call dress them. And let's see. Oh yeah, just a hair, not very much, just a hair. But that allows the oil to go all the way through. And now I will dress the bushing size. Okay, so just to give you an example, this was the exact size when I started. I fitted it, now it's the exact size, but it tightens up a little bit. So let me go get a brooch, and I'll finish it off. All right. Just to bring the brooches over. A little bit bigger cutter. All right. So basically, I like to keep my thumb there, looking for nice level cut. There we go. Now, that's good. That will promote really good end shake. And this is the other one. It's this side. It's this side. Okay. All right, so this one I didn't pre-fit. I knew it was going to be too small, and then I was going to have to cut it open, and I will do that now. I was going to need a little bit more than that, but I had to. Just a hair more. Now I will polish them too. I brought some polishing brooches over. That's good. And we have one more to do. It's this one. Excuse me. Again, this one I knew was going to be a little bit small. I need some sand. If you take these round ones and you sand them down, then they won't roll on the table. There it is. These guys keep rolling. Go a little bit more. And I do recommend putting a polish on them. I have round brooches now, so I'm just putting a little polish in them. Now this is going to get cleaned, but I want to polish on them. They'll clean up. I'll put them back in the ultrasonic and clean up, and then we'll be able to maybe put them in one more time, but I don't think so. They're really nice now. Ooh, they're nice. Nice. I will peg them just to make sure there's no little shards of brass in there. I peg all my bushings after I clean them. Okay. Anyway, so this side plate's done. Let me set up and get the other side done. Back to time lapse. Okay, I'm going to try something here about dressing these. I have 2 more high bushings here. Oh, 3 actually. I have 1, 2, 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change to an anvil. And I'm going to have a whole anvil down here because I'm just trying to make it flush here, so it needs room to go through. And I've been, oh, there it is. I usually have a routine. I put everything back where it belongs all the time, but anyway, so let's get this to a place where it's going to be able to that's better. Better. Perfect. And now they're flat like they're supposed to be. And I'll dress them and start finishing up. I have 2 bushings to do on this side. Let me go clean them up and I'll be back. Okay, everything is in here. I will be cleaning the springs separately, but everything's in there ready to be cleaned, hopefully for the final time. Okay, we're out of the cleaner and we're going to do a pre-assemble. We're not going to put the springs on yet. These have been cleaned and they're ready to go, but what I want to do is pre-assemble the movement so we can make sure that nothing's binding, nothing's, you know, and I suggest that you do, especially if you're a beginner. You know, it just works out for you if you do it that way. Okay, there's my. But yeah, so we're not going to put in the levers and all that. Well, all we're going to do is put all the wheels together and then free spin them and see how they do. And one of the main reasons we do that, oh no, I was going to say because that one was not working right, but oh, this one needs to be opened up a little bit. And so what we'll do is we'll do this and then we'll re-clean it. And then I'll put gloves on and reassemble it with gloves on. Step up. Remember that formula, step up. Okay, that's good. All right, we'll step right up to the escapement here, and that's what we're doing. All lanterns down. All lanterns down. Put all lanterns down, except for this one. Okay, roll this together. And then normally, we're going to go through this a little bit better because somebody did ask me about the J-hook and all that stuff. I think that's what they called it. I call it the lifting lever. And now my has caught the little spring here. And I want to make sure that I don't break that spring because it's a pain in the butt. To have to remake it. All right. So now we're right here. I didn't open that one up either. It's just a recheck, making sure everything's done. I may have not done it after I dressed the back, so yeah, there it is. Okay, oops, I forgot to put you in there. The hour driver, just in case. Wants to know what I was talking about? Okay, it drives the hour wheel. And outside the levers and the verge. And the hammer. We are together. Now we're going to take these out here. And we're going to reunite this clip with there. Okay. And we're going to go in. You're going to put the adjustment bar through. I go to the back usually first. I will, and take a look at these plates. I mean, this thing's clean, but since I touch it with bare hands, it will get cleaned again. And I do suggest that if you want to skip this step, that you wear gloves. You know, and believe me, it's a lot easier to put it together when it's when these levers aren't in it. I know, and I know a lot of you will be interested, and we will work on that, doing that. But remember, it only goes back together one way, and the more you do this, the better you'll get. See if I can get a little thread on that. If I can get a thread, then there we go. Looks like there. A little bit. Oh, baby. Where are you? There's hardly any pressure on these. I will try to get a little thread on this one. Then we're almost home free. All right, these two centers are in. All right, now we're looking for what needs to go in, and this one needs to go in. Back this off a little bit. You know, don't force stuff. Make sure you have plenty of time. You're not, you know, you can always put off for tomorrow to save a pivot today. By the way, I do want to let you know these pivots were in excellent condition, but I did put them on the polisher. I use a, there we go. We are in like fun. See how that happens? It just pops. All right. Now I know I have my little, we do tighten this up because this is actually really important. Now this is oil free. There's no oil. There's no reason to put oil on this to do what I'm about to do. Okay? And that's what I want to see. I want to see a continuation in, by the way, I'm going in a clockwise direction. Okay? And I want to see a continuation. You know, see how far you can go. If I put oil in here, it'd go a lot farther, but I just want to feel it nice and easy. This one should feel it. Oh, I know. And just to show you why I had one of the assembly stands, it was blocking the, anyway. So it flows nice and easy. There's no bad pivot moving. I'll turn it over the other way. There you go. And that's all for the video today. It's going to go in the cleaner one more time. These pieces won't be going. That back there. This will go in the cleaner one more time, and our next video will be finally putting it together and testing it. We do wall test first. I do not have this case, so I'm just going to wall test it, and then we give our customers a chance to, if they need to adjust it at home. We have several videos that talk about the verge wire, which that's what this is, and the C, inverted C, whatever, how you set the beat. And we're going to talk more about that when we put the clock back together. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Please subscribe, and we'll be coming out with the final video for this clock here, the Seth Thomas 89, in the next couple days. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.